following video is for the Certified Private Equity Professional Program. Today we're going to look at the management buy-in. The management buy-in is distinct from the management buyout, which is discussed elsewhere, but it is very similar. So in the management buyout, which is discussed in another video, the company will have owners or shareholders that have control of the company, and the company will also have a management team that is in place that is looking to take control of the company. And to do so, they usually enlist a private equity backer to provide the capital, and the management team will provide some capital or some way to show that they have skin in the game, that they are invested in the company, and they will come up with a proposal, usually a business plan they'll float discreetly to the private equity firms, which then eventually vet this, decide whether it is a good deal for them. Then they will take over in the transaction if they believe that it's good and that the management team in place is good to lead the company. And then they will make an offer to the owners or the shareholders to buy out the company and put that management team in place still, and basically just steer from behind. So that was the management buyout. Now, a management buy-in is different, because a management buyout occurs when a management team forms to buy out their own company from its parent company or its shareholders with the help of a buyout firm. Now, a management buy-in, on the other hand, most often occurs when a consortium of executives agree to buy a company that is operating in the same sector, but which they do not work at. Although an executive in the consortium may have formerly worked for the target company, it doesn't involve the current management of the company. So this will be an outside management team which would take control of the company. They may leave some of the current management in place, but largely it will be replaced by that current management team that works at a competing firm in the same sector. And so they'll look at this company and say, we could run it better, or we should be acquiring this company. So they will often look to private equity capital to also provide some sort of funding for the deal. So in that way, it's very similar to a management buyout, but the management buy-in occurs considerably less than management buyouts, and of course less than leverage buyouts, which is the most popular form of buyouts. However, these transactions are often considered to perform worse than management buyouts. The clearest cause for this discrepancy is that management buyouts are more likely to achieve better results due to the level of knowledge and familiarity among the management. In a management buy-in, an outside management will undoubtedly have less knowledge of the operations and systems in place at the company. Even though they may work in the same sector, of course, the company is going to be different. So this outside management team is not going to know everything there is to know about company X the way that a management buyout, where the current management is buying out control of the company, you obviously have a higher level of knowledge on the company, and you're familiar with its operations. You know how the company operates day to day, and there is less of learning required for the new management team as opposed to the outside management team that comes with a management buy-in. A management buyout is comprised of executives at the target company, and therefore the transition at least will be smoother and less intrusive than if an outside management team comes in, especially when it comes from a competitor in the same sector. They're often viewed as rivals, and then they come in and try to take control of the company. This may be one of the reasons that its management buy-ins occur considerably less than management buyouts. It's a little more intrusive and leads to often a less smooth transition and often worse performance according to data. So this is just a quick look at the management buy-in, how it works in comparison to management buyouts, which, as we've noted, are often more successful, and also in relation to leverage buyouts. So I hope this was a good overview of the management buy-in, and again, this was for the Certified Private Equity Professional Program. Thank you for watching.